What is going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome back to my channel. We are here for May Day number 4. If you are unfamiliar with May Day or what I'm doing right now, I have decided to create this challenge where I challenge myself to make a video every single day for the month of May. This is the first time I'm doing it. I would love to make this an annual thing. Let me know if that's something you would like. I created a playlist. It's called May Day 2022, just in case I do actually do this annually. But if you would like to, let me know if you wanted. Let me know if you really want me to do that though. But for right now, there's a playlist so you can catch up on the first, second, and third videos that should be up by the time this one comes out. I'm just kind of clearing the space because I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of work over here. So we're just going to clean this space a little bit. Now, first things first, this is another pick a card. And there are two groups here, okay? And unlike my usual spiel, because I'm assuming you guys are watching these in order, so you should already know the deal as far as how I do my pick a cards. If you don't, really quickly, you pick a group, A or B, 1 or 2, and links to the timestamps. Well, the timestamps will be linked in the description box and comment section, of course. However, I do really want to preface this particular reading. This reading is titled, Is It Really Over? And we are talking about relationships. We are talking about romantic relationships. This is for people who don't really know where they are in their relationship. The mentions of breaking up have been, talking about breaking up. There are conversations about this happening. You're just in a very unsure place when it comes to your relationship. This could be something that you would benefit from watching if you've just had an argument, a disagreement with your person, and they mentioned breaking up, or you mentioned breaking up, or you're just trying to figure out in and of itself, should I really still be with this person? Or is this really over? Was this the straw that broke the camel's back? These readings that I do here are strictly to provide insight, clarity, and guidance. But above all else, because they are general readings, I do want you guys to use your own intuition and your judgment regarding your own particular situation. And of course, I am not condoning or supporting any sort of ridiculousness that happens sometimes in relationships. And I'm talking about all violence of all sorts. So, if that is you, please, like I said, if you feel compelled and called to leave, please use that judgment and wisdom above these readings, because these are general readings. But also, please keep in mind that these readings and the messages that I say come from an honest and loving place. But I don't sugarcoat. So if you are sensitive, if you are easily triggered, if you are in the part of your healing journey where the little things upset you and you need people to speak to you a certain type of way, please do not watch this video. I'm not mad, and I don't want you to be mad. So let's do both of us a favor and, find something else on this internet to, bring you some joy, because at the end of the day, I want you to find joy in your reality, whether it's through my videos or whether it's through someone else's videos. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. So again, this is going to be group 1. This is going to be group 2. Sit, contemplate. I'm also going to be using my own cards. I know you guys, I've used these cards like way back in the past, and I decided to bring them out from the back of the closet just because I wanted to provide a little bit more insight with these particular readings using the cards that I made. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just jump into it. Again, timestamps will be in the description box down below, as well as in the comment section. And I also will put the playlist in the description box as well if you want to catch up with the other two. May Day is packed with all types of videos, from just card videos to Magic 101 videos to story times. I'm going to be doing another goddess story time, kind of like the one I did with Lilith, and I'll link that in the comment section or in the description box as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this month. I'm really excited about what is in store, and I hope you guys are too. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. So I'm gonna start with group 1, but I will see group 2 at your timestamp. All right, let's go. Let's get started. What's going on, Group 1? Welcome to your reading, and we are here to find out, is it really over? Is this relationship over? And I want to let you guys know in advance, before these cards start to get flipped over, that sometimes things are not always what they seem. So I always like to say I don't like to speak in definitive terms, especially with general readings. So even if it does suggest that it's over, it doesn't necessarily mean this person has walked out of your life forever. It could just mean that this is the end of a season. Maybe you guys take a break. Sometimes that happens. The best of us have to take breaks from our partners, from our significant others. So I just want you to know that doesn't necessarily mean everything is finite. We may just be talking about a specific cycle. I don't know what these cards are going to say, though. I kept them flipped down, and they've actually been like this for a little bit of time. So I have no idea what these cards are going to say, but I do want to just kind of preface you and group 2 about that. So let's go ahead and start. So first thing is, you would have picked the card that looks like this. This is her face, and the back of it says, look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. I'm just going to flip all of them over. So we have, trust your intuition, she's always right. You are perfectly beautiful. And you're probably like, what are these cards? I'll show you in a second. Take a break. Life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. 7 of think. Ace of feel. Get more information. And remain positive. Okay, so immediately looking at this, these cards, group 1, I want to say that I don't believe that it's over. So you can breathe a sigh of relaxation. I don't believe that it is over. I do believe that you guys are in a very, very fragile state, though. And it is going to require both of you guys to do some inner work. I feel like you guys are in the type of situation where you fight unfairly. You may be going below the belt when it comes to arguing. You guys don't know how to argue correctly. You guys become enemies easily. You know, I feel like there's a lot of passion here. So just as you guys are passionate when you make love, you are passionate when you fight, and the fighting is what affects everything. You guys need to start creating boundaries when one or another gets upset or angry. Okay, a lot of these cards are asking you to dive deep within yourself. And I know it's you watching this, but this is one of those readings where I would implore you to grab your partner and have them watch this with you, because this is going to feel a little bit like a therapy session. I really think I'm going to start calling these therapy sessions, because we really do kind of dive deep in these. But I want to say the first card, look inside of yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. Sometimes we are mad at the thing that is much deeper than the actual surface that we're yelling about. So it's not about the fact that he left the toilet seat up. It's really the fact that, you know, you view that as a lack of consideration, and it's kind of causing this like domino effect, or this buildup of this massive explosion. And really, it had nothing to do with the toilet seat. It just maybe felt like you needed him to care more, and you felt like when he doesn't do that, he doesn't care about you, and that really upsets you because you need him to care about you because you have abandonment issues. Like, you see how, like, when we ask more questions to ourselves, we find out it had nothing to do with the toilet seat, and he does actually care about you, and maybe he needs to work more on expressing or showing you that. And now that we have identified that within ourselves, we're able to go talk to our partner and say, hey, I just realized yesterday I have abandonment issues. So can we work together so that I can get healing from that? And not that you're depending on him to heal you, but he's your partner, so he should be able, and I'm using he and she interchangeably, so please switch them out as you need to. I'm just using them because this is how I fluently speak. But as a partner needs to be able to support you. Okay, so he's not supposed to heal you. He's not supposed to be the person that comes to fill your cup up because your cup is empty. He's supposed to be the one that can hold your cup up while you're filling it with love from yourself. Okay, so look inside of yourself is an activity both of you all can do, and that really should substitute going at each other when you're upset about little stuff, because I feel like you guys are also fighting about little stuff, and again, it has nothing to do with the actual little thing. It's the stuff that represents how you're feeling when you yell about the little thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Some of you may not hear it, but that's what I feel when I'm seeing this card. It's introspection. It's accountability. Not, oh, he made me mad. No. It's, what is it about what he did that triggers you in such a way that warrants this massive reaction? Because the fact that someone can do something to make you so angry is something you have to hold yourself accountable for. He can't be responsible for your happiness. And you can't be responsible for his happiness. He should only add to your happiness. If he's taken away, that's a problem. If he's taken away from your happiness, that's a freaking problem. But he should not be the source of your happiness. Because if he walked away tomorrow or he died, are you telling me your happiness is not a thing anymore? Hope is lost? No. He added to. And when he leaves, if he chooses to, or even in death, you have to figure out a way to still be happy. You have to figure out a way to still be happy. He can't be the source, and she can't be the source. So there's a lot of inner healing that I think needs to happen here, because there's a dependency. A lot of us find ourselves in dependencies. You guys have found yourself in dependencies, like a very toxic codependent relationship. So it says here, trust your intuition. She's always right. You are perfectly beautiful. If you have insecurity issues and you're looking for your partner to feed that insecurity with compliments, you have a problem. Again, I already gave my disclaimer at the beginning of this video, so sensitive people have already left the building. You have a problem in the sense that, again, the toxic codependency of this relationship is going to cause this relationship to actually end. I don't feel like you guys are there yet because, like I said, I feel like there's a lot of passion, and so there's a lot of love that this person has for you. And there's a lot of love that you have for them, okay? But you really need to work on yourself, because I don't know if you taking advantage of the fact that they're still here is a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. So affirmations would be good here. Telling yourself every morning, you know what? I'm a bad bitch. I look amazing. Look at yourself in the mirror. Say this affirmation. I am perfectly beautiful. Believe that. Why would you not believe that? Who told you something that stuck so much with you that you can't even believe that in the mirror? Because whatever you're doing to reinforce the opposite of that statement, you need to stop doing. If that means you got to stop getting on social media because what you're watching or seeing is reinforcing that you're not beautiful because you compared yourself to some other people, get off social media. Who said you had to stay on social media? Like, you need to protect that spirit about yourself. Because if you don't protect it, who else is supposed to? You have to be able to fill your own cup up. Then over here we have take a break, a life's work, not a season. Sorry, I can't read apparently. Get off the treadmill. Take a break is here, and it can mean one or two things. So again, don't freak out. Take a break could mean what it says. Take some time apart. Again, doesn't have to be on some I'm done, you're done, we're single. It doesn't have to be that. It could be I'm going to go away for the weekend and clear my head. I really would like for you to do the same thing. Take a break could also mean we're going to go away for the weekend to clear our heads and focus on why we're together and the loving things that continue to cause me to choose you every single day. We're going to focus on that today. We're going to spend a weekend just being a couple and not worrying about all of this mundane stuff, all of this routine and ritual of, the rat race and obligations and, oh, we got the kids now. Like, no, sometimes you got to get back to where y'all were when you met. You can't forget to take care of your relationship. You can't neglect your relationship. Remember to do the things that your partner loved. Make him some breakfast if you know he really likes breakfast. That's his favorite meal. I'm thinking about Married at First Sight season 10. He was like, that's my favorite meal. She was like, I hate breakfast. And I'm like, okay, well, you hate breakfast, but if you love him and you want to see him happy, why not do things that make him happy? Make some breakfast every now and again. I'm not saying be a slave in the kitchen and make breakfast every morning, but why not give him a breakfast in bed every now and again and watch his smile light up? That's a relationship where you do things for each other simply because you want to see that person's eyes light up. Why aren't we doing that anymore? Why aren't y'all doing that anymore? So this card for me, however you receive it, if you are currently in the precipice of a break with this person and that's why you're like, is it really over? I mean, I know we're taking a break, but is he really leaving? If that's you, I would say no, I don't think he's leaving. I think maybe it just got so intense that he needs a second to gather himself. And I would really, really urge you to spend that time not focusing on him, but focusing on yourself. Look inside yourself. You need to focus on yourself. You need to figure out what is it about you, and he needs to do it for himself as well. So that's why I'm saying this would be a really good video for both of y'all to watch, because we're having therapy right now. Figure out what it is about yourself that brings you to this point every single time, because an argument takes two people. So if both people come to the table accountable for their actions that brought us here, then we can really start going towards a solution. Then we can find our way to peace. But you can't get there if your only agenda is to find all the reasons why that person is wrong and you are right. That's incredibly childish. And it doesn't make you a good partner. Shocker. It doesn't. Partnerships are supposed to be like teammates. You're supposed to be on the same team. How are you on the same team and you're going against your teammate? You can't do that. And if they hurt you that bad to where that's the only thing you can do and you cannot release this anger to find peace, if you are unable to do that, I really think you should consider leaving, because life is supposed to be joyful. However that joy looks, of course, because your joy and version of joy may look very different from mine, and mine may look very different for the next person. But it should be about joy. So then we have Seven of Think and Ace of Feel down here. And Seven of Think, to me, I feel like it's how do I say this? Like I said earlier, you guys are in a very fragile place in your relationship. I think one wrong move and we may be having a different conversation right now. And I don't want either one of you guys to take advantage of the other person and thinking that, oh, well, this person's going to be around forever. Like, those vows are a load of crap. Like, the divorce rate was ridiculous at one point. It was like 1 in 2 people. So, and all of y'all are saying the same vows. So somebody lying, right? But like, that's the thing. We have this false idea that, well, this person married me, so that means they should have to put up with my shit day in and day out for the rest of their life. And if they're growing and trying to evolve and become a better person every single day, and I choose not to, they should just stick around and deal with it and make their life miserable. That is the lowest crock of crap I've ever heard in my life. And that's why, well, that's not why, let me not talk so pompously, but I think that is one of the reasons why a lot of people were at one point finding themselves saying, I don't want to be with this person anymore. My grandparents, that that was the age range. That was the generation that said through thick and thin, for better or worse, and they meant that shit. Our parents didn't mean that shit. They didn't mean it. They didn't mean it. They didn't. And our generation, my generation, if you were between the age of like 25 and 35, you were like, I'm not even getting married. Like, it's funny if you really think about the way the generations work. And it's not because the sanctity of marriage has doesn't work anymore. I think that people just need to come to a place where we define what our relationships are with our partner, and not with the government or with the church or with the family. Figure out what makes sense to you. But taking advantage of the fact that this person said for better or for worse, or taking advantage of the fact that this person said, well, they love you, or they love you forever, they're always going to be here, and that gives you a reason to act like a shitty person or a spoiled brat or just a bully or an asshole, whatever. Like, we gotta stop. We have got to challenge ourselves to mature beyond that. But I see Ace of Feel here, and I'm like, there's so much potential because there's a real love there. I feel like there is a real love. And that's why the relationship, even though it's holding on by a thread, it's holding on. It's holding on. So, before I get to the what's the name of this deck called? Angel Answers. I so forgot to put the names of these decks. I'm sorry. I'll do better. I'm so sorry. But this deck right here is called the Angel Answers. Before I get there, I'm gonna pull maybe like one more card or so from my deck. The first one that came out, though, I don't know if you can see, it says, "Are they the enemy?" And again, I'm asking you that because you're treating them like that, or they're treating you like that. I mean, the energy can be vice versa, but someone needs to ask themselves if the other person is the enemy. Because if they're really the enemy, then what are you doing sleeping with the enemy? What are you doing? Get your life. You know what I mean? What are you doing? But the thing is, they're not the enemy, and you know that. But your ego is telling you that you need to go to war with this person. And then when you go to war and you realize that you have killed the relationship, now you're sad and upset. And you know, like, what kind of self-destructive mess is that? So remember who they are. Remember what this is. Remember why you were brought to that person. Because like I said, if it was really and truly that bad, then you really should leave. If they're really the enemy, you should leave. They're not, though. They're your teammate. And teammates work together. Why? Because teammates have the same goal in mind, which is to win. Now, whatever y'all are trying to win at, it's your business. I don't know. But teammates work together because they have the same goal. They have the same mission. And that is what is supposed to be reinforced every single argument. Is how do we find our way to the solution? How do we find our way to peace so that we could get back to what it is that we're supposed to be doing together? Because if you don't know what you're doing together, that is a problem. That would be a really good activity to do while you're on your break. Figure out, what am I doing right now? Are we just dating because I'm fucking bored? Or are we dating because your mission is parallel to my mission? Or is the same to my mission? Because a lot of us are in relationships for convenience. Speak life. Love that. Love that. That's something me and my hubby say all the time to each other. And we also say that to other couples when we're talking to other couples, is learning to speak life into each other. Not just compliments. Compliments are easy. Compliments are so like third grade. Not a compliment. Speak life. Speak affirmations with this sense of conviction. You say to your partner, you are smart, you are wise, you are so capable, and you are so powerful. That's how you speak life to someone. That's how you big up your partner. You ever see like on like TV shows or like stand-up shows or anything where someone is like introducing a person before that person comes on, and so the person that's introducing them is like going through their like interviews do this all the time. They go through this like mini biography about like the person's accomplishments and shit, and they're like, yeah, they're this that like that's kind of the energy that you have to do for your partner sometimes. It may sound cheesy at first, but some of the stuff that I'm saying that sounds cheesy, it'll save your relationship for real. Because some people need to hear that. They need to hear that you're on their team, that you got their back, that you are their biggest cheerleader, you know? Like I am my partner's biggest hype man. I'm literally like Diddy to his BIG. Like that's me. I'm Diddy. I'm in the background like hyping him up. And I really don't care what anyone else says about it or how anyone else feels about it, because that's my teammate and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of everything he does. And even if he does something that I don't agree with, we're going to have a sidebar later. I'm not going to say nothing on stage, because we are one. We are a unit. And if you did something on the court, let's say we're playing basketball and your teammate does some crazy shit on the court, you're like, what the fuck is that? You don't stop in the middle of the game to be like in his face, like, what do you do? No, y'all go to the locker room and have a conversation, hash it out. And when we go to the locker room and hash it out, I'm not going in there to put hands on him. I mean, I'm not saying, okay, let me not give that example because I don't want to lose people. What I'm saying is, like, I don't go to the locker room to like make it even worse. I'm going to the locker room to find a resolution so we don't do that shit again on the court. And I'm not going to get there if all I do is blame him. Because maybe he felt like he had to do that because of some shit I didn't do. And how would I know that if I didn't come in there humble enough to hold my own self accountable? So, I hope that makes sense. If it made sense, and if it helped you at all, if you gained any sort of clarity with regards to the status of your relationship, then ashe, I'm grateful for that. I'm glad you came to this counseling session. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to your sister group 2. But I will see you guys. I said that word funny. I will see you guys in my next video, which is May Day 4. So subscribe so you don't miss it and hit the notification bell. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk to them. You know, we're going to have another session. But I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Okay? Bye. Ooh, I'm so sorry. I lied. I'm not going to see you guys just yet. I forgot to talk about these two. My bad. Don't be mad. So anyway, it says get more information and remain positive. These are the 2 cards. Get more information and remain positive. I'm so glad I didn't put everything up when I realized that. So really quick, group 1, I want to point out talking to your partner is going to be life-changing. And talking with the whole intention of, 1, listening, actively listening. They teach this in psychology. The difference between passive listening, where you're just listening, not paying attention and only looking for an entry for you to really respond, versus you actively listening to the point where you can repeat damn near verbatim what that person said. Because that means that you were not in your head, you were not looking for your rebuttal, you were trying to listen and comprehend so that you can understand where they're coming from. That is going to do leaps and bounds as far as improving the relationship, because I feel like the communication between you and your person is needing a facelift. It's needing corrective surgery. Okay, so taking a break to even get away from y'all's current environment, and even if it's just going to a hotel room in town and just spending the weekend in each other's space and loving on each other and talking to one another, not just sex. Because that's another issue, is that people like to cover up shit with sex. People like to, oh, this is really intense, I can't handle it, let's just have sex. Like, no, sex is not going to cure it. Because all the other hours of the day that you're not having sex, you got to talk to this man. You got to talk to this female, this woman. So sex can't cure anything. Also, someone needs to hear this. Neither is having a baby. Stop having babies to save your relationship. That's insane. And that baby doesn't deserve that. Okay. And the last one was remain positive, which is self-explanatory. Like I said, I don't feel like this is the end all be all of the relationship. I just feel like all hope is not lost. But you do have to work. There is work required. But this is not throwing in the towel. I'm not getting that energy or that vibe from this reading. So now I'm done. Again, actually, I'm not even going to do my original sign out. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And I'm sorry for almost forgetting the last two. Now I'm going to go to group 2, but you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. What is going on, group number 2? Welcome to your reading. Child, the first group was a mess. And I'm very interested to see what your group says. I've not flipped these cards over. These cards have actually been like this for almost a week. I have not used these cards. These cards were pre-picked and set. So I'm very interested to see what Spirit has for you guys as far as, is this relationship really over? And I will give the disclaimer that I gave in group 1. Because I don't know what these cards are going to say, I just want to tell you, even though it may be over, it may not, I don't know, but if it is, just know I don't speak in definitive terms. I don't know you. This is not a personal reading, so I can't tell you definitively, yep, that man is gone, out of, sayonara. But it could just be what I'm feeling is the end of a season, the end of a cycle. It could be the end of the actual relationship as a whole permanently. But what I'm saying is, use what I'm saying and apply that to your situation as it may. If the words hit home, then it's supposed to, and ashe to that. But as my grandfather used to say, may he rest in paradise. He used to say, sometimes you got to eat the meat and spit out the bones. That's what you need to do here. Sometimes everything's not going to apply to you. Spit the bones out and keep it moving. All right. All right. So, well, this is the card that you actually picked. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful before it went flying. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. I'm going to lay all the cards out for this particular reading, and then we'll go. So this one says, align your actions with your intentions. Stop judging and start loving. Star Mother, it says, how can you mother yourself? Then for the tarot, we have Boss of Earth and 10 of Think. And then for the Angel Answers cards, we have listen to your intuition and meditation brings answers. All right. So heavy. I told you guys, I don't know if I said it though, but I think I told you guys that group 1 was kind of like a counseling session, and I feel like I'm bringing that energy. God damn it. Keep hitting the camera. I'm bringing that energy over here. Okay. So because I feel like we're about to really get into it, I'm like, let me clean up real quick. Let me clean up myself. All right, you guys. So I do feel like the position that you hold in this person's life um, has kind of made its course. And I do feel like it's time to entertain what this new season looks like without this person being who they were to you moving forward. Okay. Um, I feel like the season that you're approaching is one of so much potential, but it's going to require you to be deliberate. It's going to require you to be intentional. It's going to require you to be open. It's going to require you to be allowing. It's going to require you to have the time to do the work to figure out who it is that you are, what it is that you want, how you want to present yourself to this world in this matrix. What are you? Who and what are you? I think that you walking away from this relationship is, you may feel it not this way right now, but I think it is kind of a blessing in disguise. Sometimes the initial pain, shock of a separation can cause us to go into the state of needing to grieve what was, and that's totally fine. I understand that. I get it. I get it. However, there is something very sweet, bittersweet right now, but sweet about you being able to remove distractions so that you can focus on you. Because I feel like you spent a lot of time in this relationship focusing on him. And I use he, her, and them interchangeably. I'll say them, sometimes I'll say he or she. I just say that because that's how I speak fluently. So, of course, am I kicking this camera? Oh, I am. Shit. So, of course, use those however they fit for you, okay? But I do feel like this is the time for you to be supremely selfish. This is a you moment, okay? And so it can't be about him anymore. And I think that, like, sometimes we're looking for certain things and we're asking God to bring certain things into fruition in our life, but we're not willing to let go of the things that we need to in order to advance forward. So if this relationship was like an anchor and you're the boat, well, an anchor makes it to where the boat can't move. So how are you able to go the distance and go where spirit has you go or needs you to go? How are you able to do that if you're weighed down? You can't. So they went and snapped that anchor off so that you could set sail, because he can't come with you. So breakups, separations, they don't have to be as disastrous as like Hollywood makes it seem, or even like, people that we know make it seem. Like, it doesn't have to be this catastrophic event. It really could just be, we were going the same way at one point, and then I needed to go left. They wanted to stay straight, so I got off at the next stop. And I wish them well in life. I hope that they are able to find peace and joy. And I'm going to continue trekking and find my peace and joy. And whoever spirit has, whoever God has for me, will be for me. And that's it. That's on period. But right now, it's about you focusing on yourself. See, this card right here is so important. I don't want you to sleep on it. It says, how can I mother myself? Where are you, camera? Where are you? Focus. Come on. Why aren't you focusing? Focus on me. There we go. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Oh God, did I mess her up? Is she confused now? Nope, she's got it. Okay, I'm speaking about my camera. How can you mother yourself? See, there's an inner child work is so freaking important. And we're realizing that now. If you spent enough time in spiritual TikTok, you've heard about inner child at least 32 million times. So People are beginning to wake up to the fact that, you know what, there's a lot that I missed in my childhood. There's a lot that I'm holding on to from back when I was 8. And I need to go back and talk to that person. I need to go talk to that version of myself and let her know it's okay. We love you. We care about you. We're there for you. So, like I said, I feel like you're on the precipice of this new season where you are meant to be selfish. And it doesn't really bode well to be selfish in the way that I'm telling you to be selfish when you're in a relationship with someone, because there's a little bit of that thing called like give and take. And right now, you do not need to be in a position where you're giving shit to anybody. You need to be giving everything to that inner child. Stop judging yourself and start loving. You're so harsh on yourself. You beat down on yourself. You speak negatively about yourself. But there's no love there. So why don't you love yourself? Why are you looking for love in other people to give to you? Like, why are you looking for these people to love something that you don't love? That doesn't make sense. The math is not mathing. It doesn't make sense. Why should someone love something that you don't even like? You don't even like, let alone love. That's how a lot of people find themselves in destructive, abusive relationships. Statistically, I'm talking. That's how people find themselves in these fucked up connections and soul ties, because they're looking for someone to fill a hole that they should have filled themselves. And you find people who are looking for people like you, vulnerable, insecure, and they prey on you. Y'all trying to figure out how y'all are in relationships with these narcissistic, gaslighting assholes? That's how. That's how. That's how. So I really, really want you guys to spend this new season, this new path, this new path. I need you guys to spend that focusing on you. Loving you, healing you. And it's crazy because it's like, when you find the person, let me be very deliberate with my words real quick. When that person comes into your life, when spirit opens that person's eyes to see you, to search for you, they're going to meet this new version of you. They're going to meet this new version of you who knows her worth, who does not settle for less than, who establishes boundaries, who respects herself. And he's going to have to come correct. And he's okay with that because he's looking for a certain type of person to add to his life. Just like you are now looking for a certain person to add to your life. Because once you do all of that work, baby, nothing is worth your peace at that point. I'm telling you. Once you do enough work on yourself, nobody on this planet is worth that. And so you're able to say skirt to the bullshit. Oh, you about that skirt? Go left. I don't have time for that. As much work as I've done on myself, as much healing, I love myself way too much to entertain your foolishness and shenanigans. You need some healing, brother. Like, you need to go heal yourself. Or maybe you don't. Let me not tell you what to do. But you will not bring me down the path of your self-destruction. You will not. I'm leaving. But that's where I want you to be. That's where I see for you. Okay? So, Ten of Think and Boss of Earth. Again, and When one door closes, another one opens. You're ending this cycle. Because I feel, in all honesty, the relationship was crazy. You see all this glass everywhere? You see all this glass everywhere? This feels dramatic. Just feels really dramatic. Relationships should not be that dramatic. That's crazy to me. Like, a relationship should be peaceful. A relationship, I don't understand why your relationship would not be your happy place 9 times out of 10. I really don't. Or a happy place, not your only happy place, but like, I don't understand. Like relationships should. I'm over here watching the damn Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, and I'm like, what the hell? All this money, and y'all are batshit crazy. What the hell's going on? But that's a whole other conversation. But my point is, you know, it should a home should be a place of peace. And I know that a lot of times as children, we can't help the places that we grew up. But once you become of age and you're able to choose, don't choose what you remember not liking. Don't choose that. Sometimes we do that subconsciously. That's, again, why healing is necessary, so that you can crank up that awareness. You crank up that awareness, and now you can say, what the hell am I doing? I'm literally choosing this man just because I want attention. I'm lonely, knowing damn well this man is a shit person. This man is a shit person, and I'm only entertaining him because I'm bored. Why don't I believe I deserve better? Why am I not willing to wait for better? All that energy that you're focusing on, looking at the fact that you're alone, lonely, sad, miserable, you could be transmuting that energy into manifesting the man that you want. It's all about how you look at it. You could be a glass half full or a glass half empty. You got to pick. But don't come to me glass half empty complaining. That doesn't make sense at all. It makes no sense. It's time for you to step into your role. And I don't think you were able to do that because maybe you play the shadow game, or you live in people's shadows. And so it's easy for you to play that submissive role, but submissive in the wrong way. Submissive in the way of you have no choice because you haven't found your voice yet. But again, this new path is one where not only will you oh my gosh, I'm trying to combine 2 words again. Not only will you achieve healing, but you will also achieve your sense of self. You will achieve your purpose and your destiny, your drive, the thing you're meant to do. And you will walk in that. That's probably where you'll end up finding, oh boy, the new guy, or the new girl. The other 2 cards we have is listen to your intuition. Because I think deep down you know where this is. You're just hoping that your reality isn't really leading up to what exactly it is. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying, like sometimes breakups, we look at them and we're just like focusing on the fact that that person's not there. We're not looking at how much favor we just got from that. How the blessing is really rooted in that sadness. And if we could just kind of clear out some of that and get to the blessing, we'd realize, you know what, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? Most people that say that was the best thing that ever happened to me, a lot of people don't realize that was the best thing that ever happened to them in that moment. Plot twist, you know? It's a really good time to create a habit of meditation, or a habit of sitting down and praying, a habit of sitting down in silence, a habit of turning off your phone and finding a place and just sitting with yourself, a habit of doing some shadow work. What is that? Don't settle. Don't settle. When this person sees you again and they're like, oh, they are different. It's something about them. Because they probably want to come back. They usually do. That card is saying don't settle for less than you know you deserve. I don't give a damn what the podcasters, the manosphere, whoever, I'm not even going to name drop because it's just this, it's not about that, but I don't give a damn what anybody says about your current situation. There is always an opportunity to evolve past that. If you don't believe me, look at Oprah, look at Lisa Nichols, look at what the hell's that man's name? Tony Robbins. Like, look at these people who have completely like 180 their entire life. All the cards stacked up against them. So don't tell me evolution is not possible. But when you let people like that tell you and you believe them and you take that shit home and say, yep, that's what they said, so that's what, well then fine, let them be right. I'll stand here looking like a crazy person telling you you deserve better, but you know, you want to listen to other people outside of source, fine. What else? Any other cards for group 2 before I close, Spirit? Okay. Cater to them. Cater to them came out. Why did cater to them come out? I'm so confused. What's going on? Why are we catering to them? So I see learn the lesson here. And I'm looking at this word and I'm just like, immediately I'm like, what the hell, cater to them? That doesn't even make any sense. I just got done telling them that, you know, this relationship is for the, not for the birds. Let me not say that. That's kind of harsh. This relationship just doesn't make sense where you're going. However, when I see cater to them, I see maybe as you're leaving, you not being this, okay, how do I say that? This relationship does not have to end on the outs. Meaning, this is possibly a situation where y'all are actually just meant to be friends. But if you do your best to make this person the enemy, because I don't think they have to be the enemy, but I do think that you need to move on from this situation. The card here, which is really an overarching energy, says release and embrace new possibilities. And I'm looking again back at this card and I'm like, maybe the relationship doesn't work out because this person is not supposed to work out for you in the way that you position them to. Maybe they're just a friend. Maybe they're a business partner. Maybe they're an investor for your business. You never know. I'm basically saying maybe don't burn the bridge with them. Maybe they're the person, maybe they're better for another person, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to burn the bridge. If this person is someone you have kids with, I would discourage trying to burn a bridge. You can walk away from a relationship without it being this whole debacle, no matter how stereotypical that is. So when I see cater them, again, I'm not seeing like Beyonce and them talking about, cooking your man breakfast or nothing. I really just see this as, be cooperative during this transition. Don't be the person that the takeaway is we broke up and this person became the ex-girlfriend from hell. Don't be that person, or the ex-wife from hell. Don't be that person. because where you're going, the fact that this says boss of earth, where you're going, I think even the fact that I was led to give those specific examples, because that really just flew off the top of my head when I said Lisa Nichols and Oprah. I feel like your story is so freaking important that you knowing well enough now that I may be telling my testimony to large audiences. I don't really know if you want that story to include you having the option to not show your ass and you choosing to because you're in your feelings. Like, start the growth process now. Walk away from the situation with your head held high. You're on to better and greener pastures. There's nothing to be upset about. This person did not waste your time. This card right here, learn the lesson in the situation and move on. There's no reason to be upset if you learned something from it. That's what I have actually recently been learning in my own life. That there's no reason to be upset or harbor anger when you've learned something. Why would you be upset? Hell, would you have learned the lesson that you learned if you wouldn't have went through it? I don't know. You gained something. They didn't waste your time. I hate when people say that. Oh, they wasted 5 years of my... No, they didn't. No, they didn't. And if you really genuinely feel like that, you wasted your time, not them. They didn't have you chained to a basement for 5 years. Like, don't play yourself like that. Learn something from that situation. And if you can't figure out what that is, meditation. What does this card say? Meditation brings answers. There you go. Spirit, why would I have went through that? What was I supposed to learn? I'm trying not to hold on to the anger. And my reader told me today that I needed to learn something from this, but I don't know what I'm supposed to learn from it. Sit and wait for an answer. All right, I'm done. I'm done with the counseling session. Thank you guys so much for watching Group 2. I really appreciate you guys. I hope that there was something that I said that resonated. I do know that these are general readings, and I hope that you know that as well. And if you do, then you understand that everything may not resonate, but some things may. And for those that did, for the things that did resonate, ashe to that. Thank you guys for sitting with that. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign out though. So I will see you guys tomorrow for May Day number 4. May Day number 5. Sorry, this is 4. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, bye guys.